What's up, guys? So you're interested in seeing what I did for my kayak. I got a new milk crate and here's what we got. Alright, so here's what I got. I got two of them. As you notice, one's kind of pizza shaped compared to the other one. One's got a lid, the other don't. I'm still missing another milk crate to be able to make a lid. It's really hard to do. This one's for my sun dolphin. As my sun dolphin comes at an angle, it gets skinnier and a milk crate won't fit in it. So what I had to do was pizza slice it, and I cut it right down the middle. I took a little bit too much out here, as you can see, but if I would have did it right, it would have set a lot better. But I didn't take anything off the back. And what I done is I went and bought some little cheap bungee cords, some small black ones, and to help hold stuff in there a little better. Put an anchor on it. This is PVC pipe. Some white piece that I bought. Cut it down. I bought a bottom piece to drain from Sutherland's for like $3. I glued it on there. I painted it black. An anchor, 1.5 pound anchor off Amazon. This was like $8 or $9. They're normally 15 or so I got a deal on this. There might be still on sale right now. I doubt it. This is for scuba diving. It's just string. I figured it's strong enough to where I can cut it if I need to. If I get caught up on something, I'd be able to cut this with a pair of scissors. It's just nylon string. What I did is I tied it around my anchor. Tied it off to the bottom, and I made a loop where it comes up. So that way, if I get stuck somewhere, I can pull really hard. It'll break off here, and it'll pull the bottom up out of whatever I'm stuck on. But what I done is I drilled a hole into the milk crate. I put a washer and a bolt in here. I drilled a hole through the pipe, and I connected it, and that's my anchor. It holds into there. So yeah, it's a scuba diving piece, 300 feet or 300 yards of string, an anchor. My milk crate's broke down. You can put a lid on it. All you do is zip ties, 2 holes or 4. Actually, you should probably do 4. 2 more here. And what will happen is you can make yourself a lid to keep everything in there, and you just bungee cord it down and it won't move. Next thing I added was I had to find a way to record. So I bought a 62-inch full extendable tripod. What it does is it'll extend. Okay. And I bought this pole. I took the feet off of it. I was trying to find a way to mount it because I had to put another piece of pipe in it, as it was this short, and I had to make it longer to be able to hold to the here. And I didn't want this to sit lower. You know, you'd be seeing the back of my head and my back. And so what I did is I put another pipe, cut it down that fit inside of this, and it only goes in about this far because of this. These pieces slide down into it. So what I gotta do now is I gotta extend all these out except the bottom one. I'm gonna raise it up all the way, and then I'm gonna drill a hole somewhere probably up here, so that way it'll hold there and it'll be straight. Let's see how it turns. This top one's turning, but this one's not moving. So I realize now that's what I gotta do. I did that with this one, and I can't extend this all the way. Just these two will extend because this is too far down to where I drilled a hole here, and now it won't extend any farther up. So this is how I record. And you got all your GoPro setups and everything, you know. This is where I put my phone or my GoPro. It raises up and down here, as you can see. This will raise up and down. Slide it in there. And then this is called a steamaroo. You can get it on steamaroo.com. It's a little looking kangaroo holding something. And what this does is the same thing. You can put a cell phone in here or a battery pack. And what I do is I put a 10,000 milliamp battery pack inside of here. It sits in there. And I have an extra bungee cord or something I'll wrap around to make sure it doesn't fall off. And a USB cord will run off of here, a short one. I'll have a really short cord out of USB type C or A or whatever. I'll run from here, from my battery bank to my GoPro or my cell phone. So that's how I keep it charged all day long. And a 10,000 milliamp hour battery will last me days and days almost. And then I realized, you know, if I want to go fishing at night, I need some type of light. So I bought this light off Amazon for, I don't know, 20 bucks. As you can see, it's navigation light also. It's got the red and green. I don't need that because I don't have a motor on my kayaks. But I do need a white light. And that's what that is. You can use the white light. It's also blinky. And then you got your navigation lights, green on one side, red on the other. And then you got your flasher, strobes, brighter, and that's it. So now I got my white light on there. Now, if you notice, it's not sitting straight. It is crooked. I think I'm going to take a really big washer and stick it under here. And when I do that, it should lift this side up. And maybe it'll tilt it up and it'll sit straight like this one. I got that one pretty much straight. This took a lot of trial and error for me to figure it out. As on the bottom of this, they got little cuts or slices in it. You can see these pieces of plastic in there. They stick way, I had to cut it because it's like a line in there. And to twist this on there, I kept bumping into this whole piece. So what I did is I drilled a hole through this piece of plastic here. It goes up and down. Drilled a hole right here. And I took another bolt and washer because the threading on this isn't long enough. It's way up in here. So I took another nut. I screwed it onto it. I took another bolt, a long bolt that came off about this much. Okay. I chopped that bolt in half almost to where it gave me enough thread right there. So I got a little bit of thread that comes off of it on the bottom. Then I drilled the hole out, I stuck that bolt down into there, found a nut that filled it, and I screwed it on there. And that's how I got that on there now. Before I tried to glue it and it didn't work. The same thing with this one. I drilled a hole in the bottom of it. This piece of plastic was in my way, so I had to chip some off because, you know, it won't, the nut wouldn't go way up in there. But I chipped some of this plastic off. I took these screws out, I chipped it off, and now, you know, I got a nice sturdy flashlight. It moves just a little bit, but that's because of this. The only reason why it moves is because of that. And then I got these little pieces. These are rubber pieces. This holding my battery. Holding my battery bank in there also in case this fucking doesn't work. You know, if it comes loose or something. At least it'll still be held on by there. And then I got this extra for my camera or whatever. So yeah, that's how I did what I did. These are actually selfie stick tripods too. So I mean, I could take this out of here, hold it in my hand, and while I'm recording, I could just press the button, take a photo of whatever, you know. So that's how my kayak setups for my milk crates is made. This is the same thing. It's a little 3D button or a Bluetooth piece thing or whatever you call it. Yeah, Bluetooth for your camera. Take a photo. So that's how that's made. I drilled holes in. I tied this off into there and put an anchor piece on. I put my tripod on. I got my light on. I got a way to charge all day long right here. Got where my GoPro goes, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I mean, it took me a little bit of time to try to figure it out, but eventually I figured it out. And I wish this was straight instead of crooked, but it is what it is. It'll work for now until I find a big enough washer to redo this and stick in there, and hopefully it'll lift it up with this washer, it'll be flat on there and I might lift it up instead of being angled. I'm hoping. We'll see. Anyway, I'm out of here. Figured I'd show you guys and give you guys some ideas. So I hope you have a good day. Chucky Outdoors signing off. Later.